Discretion is advised.
A child's life taken far too soon. Today, NBC 10 learned new details about a 2-year-old boy killed in his Camden County home.
NBC 10 South Jersey Bureau reporter Sydney Long is live outside the courtroom where the suspect faced a judge. Sydney, the young victim's family was also at the hearing today, right?
Keith, that is correct. I can tell you dozens of his loved ones and relatives gathered to be in the courtroom today, but his mother could not bear to be in that courtroom in the same room with her once live-in boyfriend. He weighed just 29 pounds at 2.5 years old. Prosecutors say Jamil Baskerville Jr. died defending his mother. It happened when Zachary Tricoshi, the mother's boyfriend, shoved her, causing the little boy to cry.
This defendant told the 29-pound toddler to put his hands up.
Tricoshi then punched the child numerous times in his chest and stomach.
And punched him hard. So hard, in fact, that he went back against the wall and struck the back of his head.
All of this, prosecutors say, because Tricoshi was mad at the boy's mom for not buying what he wanted at the food store.
So that's my grandson, and I really love him. And it's just sad that he had to have his life ended the way he did.
Loved ones are sickened by the details and grieving before police arrived to the Pennsauken apartment Saturday night.
Hello, sir. What's your name?
Exactly.
Tricoshi can be heard on the mother's call to 911.
Do you know how to do CPR?
Yes, I'm trying.
Do you need me to walk you through it, or do you know how to do it?
Yeah, could you walk me through it?
It was too late. Little Jamil suffered a crushed liver.
Essentially, JB bled to death internally.
The judge set bail at $1 million cash only in a case he says could amount to life in prison.
You're less of a man to sit there and put your hand on any type of child, no matter what age it is. He was 2 years old. There should be no reason that you want to hit him or do anything to him.
And Jamil's loved ones, his grandfather especially, told me it took everything he had not to jump over that barrier in the courtroom today to confront Tricoshi. He says he wishes New Jersey still supported the death penalty. Live in Camden tonight, I'm Sydney Long, NBC 10 News.
Asked to take off this shirt, says she was most upset because up until this incident, she says other students were allowed to wear T-shirts with things like the Confederate flag on them, and nothing was said.
When Mariah Habbard arrived at Buckeye High School for picture day wearing a Black Lives Matter T-shirt, the 10th grader says she was quickly pulled into the school's office, where she says she was told
that I wasn't able to wear the shirt anymore because someone made a complaint. I was a little bit confused on why I wouldn't be able to wear something so meaningful to me.
Habbard says the assistant principal cited the school's dress code policy, which bans clothing and accessories which can, quote, disrupt the education process. Habbard immediately called her mother.
It means something to her, and they told her she had to take it off, and she didn't understand why.
Habbard's family and others tonight feeling they were treated unfairly because they say the school has a history of allowing students to wear shirts supporting a cause, including some that could be considered offensive.
I've seen gay pride shirts, I've seen Confederate flags, I've actually even seen a white power shirt once.
Genesis Santoyo today wore a Black Lives Matter shirt to school in support of Habbard and says she was also asked to change.
I felt like I was being punished for who I am.
Santoyo says it was only after she claimed a double standard the school announced Confederate flag clothing would also no longer be accepted. We did reach out to Buckeye School District leaders for a comment and were told they were aware of the situation but have yet to issue a response.
And while this issue has created some tension at the school, everyone we spoke with said they hope all students can move forward from this. Reporting from Buckeye, Monique Griegos.
First, for the second time in 1 week, vandals target a South Charlotte church. Tonight, police are on the hunt for the person who taped a bullet casing and a nasty note to their sign. Thank you for staying with us for NBC Charlotte News at 5. I'm Rachel Brown.
And I'm Bill McGinty. Thanks for watching.
The vandalism happened at Wedgwood Church on Tyvola Road. The sign says, quote, stop killing and disrespecting black people.
NBC Charlotte's Ty Chandler is live there for us tonight at the church. And Ty, you just talked to the pastor of the church. What did he have to say this afternoon?
Well, he's very concerned for his members. This is a very diverse congregation here. And if you've ever been on Tyvola Road, then you probably have seen Wedgwood Church as well as its sign, usually used by the church to share its message. Those messages sometimes can be met with controversy, and in this case, vandalism. Wedgwood Church's latest message: stop killing and disrespecting black people. The sign has been up for weeks to give passerbys something to think about. But now someone has vandalized the sign twice in just a week.
When you start putting a shotgun shell on the sign, that's a very violent threat.
Pastor Chris Ayers says he got a call this morning that someone had taped this shotgun shell to the sign and left a note. It reads, "How about the no good gangster murdered my friend's brother and wife? Should I respect them?" Identifying themselves as only concerned citizen, they go on to write, "Should I use my next shell for your sign or the gangsters?"
It's also a world in which we have to take seriously threats.
CMPD is investigating, but in the meantime, Wedgwood boasts a very diverse congregation, and it is those members' safety the pastor is concerned about.
We have a congregation of people who on a daily basis have to live with fear of violence, and so we have to provide a sanctuary.
But he says the church will continue to use this sign to share its message, no matter how controversial.
We've had on our sign, Muslims are our sisters and brothers. We've had no one needs an AK-47. We think that these are important issues, and we don't have any choice but to address the issues of our day.
Now, it's not clear what murder that concerned citizen was referring to, but this church will have 2 CMPD officers on patrol for Sunday service. The pastor also says they're planning to add surveillance cameras to the property to deter vandals from targeting the church in the future. That's the latest here in South Charlotte. I'm Ty Chandler, NBC Charlotte.
He agreed to it until the Black Congress showed up. And now so they escalated this to at least stand and have a conversation. That's the only way to be escalated. And then the Panthers, I mean, I'm not trying to see this, but they got the right to protest and do it. Come out the street.